Alright, guys, I'm back with another chapter in Exodus. We're going to be in Exodus chapter 3, where the header reads Moses and the burning bush, and we'll get right into it. One day Moses was tending the flock of his father-in-law, Jethro, the priest of Midian. He led the flock far into the wilderness and came to Sinai, the mountain of God. There the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a blazing fire from the middle of a bush. Moses stared in amazement. Though the bush was engulfed in flames, it didn't burn up. "This is amazing," Moses said to himself. "Why isn't that bush burning up? I must go see it." When the Lord saw Moses coming to take a closer look, God called to him from the middle of the bush, "Moses, Moses." "Here I am," Moses replied. "Do not come any closer," the Lord warned. "Take off your sandals, for you are standing on holy ground. I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob." When Moses heard this, he covered his face because he was afraid to look at God. Then the Lord told him, "I have certainly seen the oppression of my people in Egypt. I have heard their cries of distress because of their harsh slave drivers. Yes, I am aware of their suffering. So I have come down to rescue them from the power of the Egyptians and lead them out of Egypt into their own fertile and spacious land. It is a land flowing with milk and honey, the land where the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites now live. Look, the cry of the people of Israel has reached me, and I have seen how harshly the Egyptians abuse them. Now go, for I am sending you to Pharaoh. You must lead my people Israel out of Egypt." But Moses protested to God, "Who am I to appear before Pharaoh? Who am I to lead the people of Israel out of Egypt?" God answered, "I will be with you, and this is your sign that I am the one who has sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God at this very mountain." But Moses protested, "If I go to the people of Israel and tell them, 'The God of your ancestors has sent me to you,' they will ask me, 'What is his name?' Then what should I tell them?" God replied to Moses, "I am who I am. Say this to the people of Israel, 'I am has sent me to you.'" God also said to Moses, "Say this to the people of Israel, 'Yahweh, the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has sent me to you. This is my eternal name, my name to remember for all generations. Now go and call together all the elders of Israel. Tell them, 'Yahweh, the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, has appeared to me. He told me, I have been watching closely, and I see how the Egyptians are treating you. I have promised to rescue you from your oppression in Egypt. I will lead you to a land flowing with milk and honey, the land where the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites now live. The elders of Israel will accept your message. Then you and the elders must go to the king of Egypt and tell him, 'The Lord, the God of the Hebrews, has met with us. So please let us take a 3-day journey into the wilderness to offer sacrifices to the Lord our God. But I know that the king of Egypt will not let you go unless a mighty hand forces him. So I will raise my hand and strike the Egyptians, performing all kinds of miracles among them. Then, at last, he will let you go. And I will cause the Egyptians to look favorably on you. They will give you gifts when you go, so you will not leave empty-handed. Every Israelite woman will ask for articles of silver and gold and fine clothing from her Egyptian neighbors, and from the foreign women in their houses. You will dress your sons and daughters with these, stripping the Egyptians of their wealth." And that's the end of chapter 3, guys. So, what I find to be most interesting and really humbling in a sense, because I think that in having this conversation, this is one of the few times that we see someone verbally in his presence wrestling with God. When God tells Moses, "Hey, I need you to go do this for me," he goes, "Who am I? I don't understand." I understand both of those, both those approaches, if you will. For Moses, one, I could understand, yep, I'm going. This is from a talking bush that hopefully Moses obviously had the discernment to say, this is God, he's calling me to go take care of his people. This is a sign that he gave specifically for me. Simply being a good soldier. I like that. I take comfort in that. Those are actions that come, I feel like, easier for me. But I also struggle with self-doubt. Say, I don't understand. Why would you pick me? There's people that are closer. There's people that are in Egypt. Why wouldn't you pick one of them that are already there? What about me is going to set this up for success? But then it comes back to, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you think. Only simply that you bend to his will and have a willingness to do so. There's plenty of people in the Bible that say, no thank you. And their life doesn't get a whole lot better. In fact, in many ways, it gets a whole lot worse. And I don't know if that's punishment for not listening. I don't know if that's God showing you how much he wants you. He doesn't need, he wants you. And that favor is so insurmountable that we can't hope to do anything without him. That when he asks for us by name, and us will go, whoa, you don't want me. As if to think you know better than he does is, I mean, a lot of that, I don't even know if I'd say it's foolishness. It's just doubt. Because I don't think it's foolishness to say, what does God want with me? I think that that's a fantastic self-reflection. I'm very imperfect. I'm so far from what he asks us to be, that when he chooses to use me, regardless, and I say regardless, he wants a repentant heart. He wants a heart ready, good soil to plant seeds in. That's exactly what he's looking for. And that doesn't mean perfect. That doesn't mean without flaw. But it does mean ready and prepared, regardless of what you think about it. God does such a good job pruning and refining and getting us ready that by the time he uses us, if we're being Christ-like and trying to align with him, by the time he chooses us, we're ready. We're as ready as we need to be because he's chosen us. He's going to move everything else out of the way. By the time you get to an openness, willing to accept and ready to start marching, he'll take care of the rest. I wouldn't attempt anything before that because it'll be up to you and you will fall on your face. Whether it's now, I don't know. I can't tell the timeline, but I wouldn't encourage it. But when God moves you, everything else is just second. It doesn't matter. There's nothing that will prevent you. There's nothing that will keep you from fulfilling what God needs you to do, even if it comes to your death. It's all for his glory. It's all for his purpose. And we see that for so many people. His disciples, Jesus, Samson, David, Solomon, Joseph, Moses, Noah, all these people, their lives all eventually came to an end. But God used every last drop that they had. And so, I don't know, and when I think about that, I think, how wrong are we to pursue a life of balance? We should just be recklessly pursuing God with everything that we have. Just waiting for the moment that he chooses to use us like this to save a nation. Let alone even just one person, to save one person. And it's not us who's doing it, he's doing it through us. To just simply be ready to accept that is such a special place to be. That's where I want to reside till I take my last breath. And so, be that as it may, have a good night. God bless. I love you. Jesus loves you. And I'll be back for chapter 4 of Exodus tomorrow, where the header reads, Signs of the Lord's Power. Have a good night. God bless, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.